Constructing a transformer. A transformer operates on the principles of electromagnetic induction in the form of mutual induction. It is a device that transfers one electric circuit to another without changing its frequency. Mutual induction is the process by which a coil of wire magnetically induces a voltage into another coil located in opposite proximity to it. A transformer can either be a step-down or a step-up. Many home appliances use a step-down transformer to convert electrical energy into a lesser energy one to match the appliance voltage requirement. Magnetic copper wires. Plates of silicon iron in the shape of E and I. Spool or formwork. Screws and bolts. Adhesive tape. Plaster. Pliers. Soldering lead. Soldering iron. Bulb. Scissors. Sandpaper. Hammer. And winding machine. The ratio of primary to secondary turns NP over NS, which equals the ratio of primary to secondary induced voltages EP over ES, indicates how much the primary voltage is lower or raised. In our country the standard voltage rating is 220 volts, which will be our primary induced voltage. With the 12 volts desired output and 600 turns on the primary, calculating the number of turns on the secondary equals 33 turns. First, secure the spool or framework tightly on the winding machine to secure grip. Start the winding on the side of the spool. Spin the hand pedal on the right to start the winding machine. Make sure to fill every gaps. The winding machine is responsible for counting the number of turns on the spool. The longer arm counts every 5 turns of coil, while the smaller arm counts every hundreds of turns. "600 turns. The smaller arm points on the 6th strip while the longer arm should be pointed to 0. Cut the copper wire, remember to maintain enough length for tapping. Winding the secondary coil. The copper wire for secondary winding is much thicker than the primary coil, thus more force is needed in winding the coil. Make sure to fill every gaps. In a step-down transformer, the secondary winding has a lesser number of turns to create a lesser output voltage than the input. Cut the copper wire, remember to maintain enough length for tapping. Insulation. Insulating the primary winding. Insulate the primary and secondary winding. Properly wrap the tape around the coil. This is to ensure that there would be no contact between the primary and secondary winding. Insulating the secondary winding. After insulating, place the windings in their case. Laminating and bracing. The E-laminated steel cores are placed alternately atop each other. The E and I laminations are then pushed through the winding openings so that the butt joints of successive layers are interleaved between flat surfaces in both sides. Make sure that the cores are placed tightly until no further cores can be inserted. The I-laminated steel cores are placed between gaps of the E. Use the hammer to tighten the I cores to the E. Rigid bracing is always important in transformer assemblies. Unless this is properly done, the laminations and coils will vibrate with the current changes, and thus cause objectionable noise, a humming sound, and even insulation failure. Locating the center tap. To locate the center tap, check the continuity of each copper wire edge. It is necessary to join the leading edge of the winding with the other tail of the winding. And then check again the continuity for assurance. Soldering. Sand properly the pieces of wire before soldering. Pre-tin the wire and bind it with the cable. Then insert the thermal shrinkable insulator. Connecting the torch light cable in the wire. Repeat the process of sanding and soldering the other pieces of wire. Testing the transformer. Connect the primary to the AC power. To verify that the windings are not open or interrupt, rose transformer tips. Connect the multimeter to the left wire and to the center tap. Set the multimeter to AC voltage to measure potential difference. The reading on the multimeter is from 12 to 13 AC volts due to fluctuations. And then connect the left and right ends to the multimeter. The reading is from 24 to 26 AC volts. And that's how you build a transformer. We hope you like it, ha 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 ha.
honestly, try honesty. No, just tell me what I want to hear, 'cause it could save us. Let me fly, I've got my hopes, but I can